Today, there's a global movement of Christian religious freedom advocacy that my organization 21 Wilberforce is part of, my former organization, the World Evangelical Alliance. We're all part of a big movement, Christian religious freedom advocacy globally. And it's a very important movement that is answering a dangerous, widespread plight of persecution. My belief is that we need to empower more the persecuted churches. There's a lot of advocacy that is happening in the Western world. That's important. But we cannot succeed doing advocacy in Geneva, London, Washington, D.C., and elsewhere. We cannot succeed if those facing persecution themselves do not lead in the advocacy, research, engaging their own governments. We cannot advocate governments globally before we start within the countries of persecution, engaging them and helping the local people engage with them. And I think that is very important for the next decade for the international religious freedom movement.
I'm proud as a believer, as a Christian, to see these organizations carrying forward the great commandment of love of neighbor. This is incredibly positive. This is good, that we don't just advocate for our own, although we should, and too often we forget them, but we also advocate for the other, because everyone's made in God's image, and we don't decide that some individuals' human rights are more important than others because they believe the same thing. No, we're called to speak up for the oppressed. We're not asked to evaluate their church membership or do we believe in the same type of baptism. No, because of human dignity, because they're made in God's image, because we're called to love of neighbor, we're called to speak out. And we've got people here who've been doing that, fighting on the front lines to help those that are suffering. Now the question, to turn the page, we need more people. The work is plentiful, but the workers are few. This pandemic requires more of us to get involved. And that's what we're starting to see happen. Those are the conversations we're having here. It's incredibly encouraging. And so I believe this is the start of something new. It's not the beginning of the end. I think it's the end of the beginning. And we're hoping to take a new step forward, working as Christ's followers, advocating for anyone, and willing to work with others in this common endeavor of promoting religious freedom for all.